I should still be at 1080. I have not streamed in a very long time. If the audio is bad, then it's just gonna be bad. I gotta get the game to be on the screen. Okay. Let me just do a thing here. Hopefully the noise suppression gets the most of the keyboard, because I have blue switches now, and the microphone's not gonna like that. Okay. I'm gonna play Shenzhen I, because I've been getting back into this recently. I've had this game since like 2017, and I basically have never done anything in it. I did like that was years ago, and I got to like the second challenge, and I just couldn't figure it out. But recently, I decided to get back into it, and I've been getting like pretty far. So I wanted to maybe stream this because if I can get properly into the zone, then this is a game that can make me talk a lot, and that's good for streams. So that's the thought process. Cleaning my glasses. Yeah. So this was the last thing I was working on, is this LED thing. I'm gonna start from scratch. Because that was at like 3 a.m., so... Okay. So, Radio RX is a non-blocking Xbox input. Red, green, and blue are simple outputs. Already done this. You get a data packet that's going to be red, green, blue, and then how long it needs to be lit up for. And then if a data packet is received while this is in progress, interrupt it and start this one. That's where the tricky part came in for me. I figured out, like, getting the packet and processing it into the colors and everything. Getting it to interrupt the pulse, that's the bit that I could not figure out. So we're going to be doing that. Let's see. So let's start simple stuff. What makes this tricky is that we need 3 simple outputs. Every single one of these only has 2 simple outputs. So we're just going to have to use an extra one of these at least. Which is a little annoying. Because, I mean, this thing can put out 3 simple inputs, which is good. But it takes 3 X inputs. Although, oh, wait, hold on a minute. No. Wait a minute, I think I can just do that. Because, okay, I have not actually... Wait, let me get my sheets open. I've not actually messed with that part yet. So I'm kind of just like assuming how it works. That might actually be the answer. So hold on. If I am to receive this, store it away in the accumulator, and then say we move that to x1, we move it to x3, and we move it to x2. Or actually, what's the most compact way of doing this? If we want to connect all of these, this is going to have to hook around. That's going to block this. So I think what we do is... I think we got to do that. Okay, so x3 is going to the top one, x1 is going to the middle one, x2 is going to the bottom one. I need to order it like that. So let's just see that first. Okay. Alright, so that does not work how I thought it would. I should probably look up this part first. Hold on. Digital I/O expander. Okay. So this isn't, yeah, this isn't going to be useful. Because we need the specific values. Okay, well, we're back to the first idea, which is just having to chain two of these. I really don't know another way of doing that. We want to gather this if it's not, if it's 999, we just want to skip. So I'm going to do jump to end. If not, we want to move that value out to P1. Then we need to do another read and do that. Then we need to do another read for the blue. And then that is going to... that's going to go over to the bottom one. So you've got red up here, blue, or green. So red, green, blue. So say we do that, and we can do that. So this is going to transfer it over to here. This is going to wait on an input from there. And then, if it gets one, just move it along. We'll store the, actually, we'll store that at data. And then the final read is the duration, which we can store in the accumulator. So this, at a basic level, this should at least send out the color values like that. So it'll work for that. The problem is that it's not going to work for the duration. That's what needs to be figured out. How do we go about doing this? We need to both be able to interrupt the current pulse if we get a packet in, then it needs to interrupt it and start that one. If not, we want to just keep continuing with these values until the accumulator has reached 0, basically. So we could start by going up here and just saying if there's stuff left in the accumulator, or rather, if that's more than 1 or more than 0, we subtract 1. So move that in there, we'll do that. So, what exactly? We subtract 1, check if we have a packet. If we do have a packet, it's going to go to here. If we don't have a packet, it's going to skip to the end. I need something to be able to reset it. So I think we just do... We're going to do another check. We've now subtracted 1. If that has none left, we want to set all of these outputs to 0. But I don't think I'm going to have enough lines to do that. Like move 0 to P1. I'm already out. Move 0 to P0. And now we're out of lines. So, how exactly should I do the rest of this? Maybe... if I cut that, or like cut these, how many more lines do I need? I would need to move 0 to P1 to P0 and then to X1. We don't need to reset the timer because it'll just take care of that. So, what? I cut it. Why isn't it there? What? Cut. Okay. Cut. And get rid of this. Move 0 to X1. If we had... Oh, if we had one more space. Like, what I want to do beyond here is then say... We can connect these, and I can send however much time is left through here. This can receive it, and then this will do, like, the timer, basically. This will handle the waiting. Problem is that if we haven't received a packet, we don't want to do anything. So, we need somewhere for a label to go. I don't know. maybe let's get rid of that. Put it up here. No, because we would still need the other check. Because that's just doing the subtracting. God. I mean, we could just get a third guy in here. But I feel like that's not the best way to do this. No, I shouldn't necessarily get caught up in, like, the best way. But, I don't know. I feel like there's a slightly better way than that. I have absolutely no idea what it would be, though. Let me think. Maybe... This is 5 and 3. So if I were to add another one, we'd have 11. But if I just swap this out with another one of these, it would just be 10. I might do that. What I think... Okay. This is going to get weird. I think what I might try is just having them, like, ping-pong between each other. So... This thing... We can... Yeah. Yeah, that might be it. So we can basically just say... This is going to store that. This will handle counting down and also whether to, like, start processing a signal or whatever. Start processing a packet. But then this will handle the actual, like, lights. So we want to first see, gather that. If we have more in the timer, subtract 1. If we haven't received a packet, jump to end. End is just going to be sleep. And then, if we have received a packet, what's gonna... Ow! I just chipped my nail off. Okay, that's unfortunate. What we'll do instead is one of these. Yeah, we can just directly connect the one that's there. We're basically, so we're going to send this to X3. No, this is just going to be the same thing, isn't it? Because I need to move all of them over there regardless. We store that. Check if it's a packet. Okay, so maybe we don't keep the timer here. If we receive a packet, we start moving stuff. So move what we already have, and then move the subsequent one. So RG and then duration. So that's just going to move over here. What this will do, it's going to wait on something coming in from X1. Once it receives that, then move X1 hold on, I need to move this. So P1 is red. P0 can be blue. We're going to need to do the same thing where we relay something back to here. So that could be problematic. Or actually here, physical space is the main problem. I think I can solve that if I just move this down here. So I can just connect that. That goes to red. Oh, God. That goes to red. That can go to green. This will take care of blue. We just need to then connect an X input. So this is going to move red over to here, which is going to then output it. And then it moves green. Right, yeah. And then it moves green, which is this one. Or actually, wait, hold on. It's red, green, blue. So we should actually do that. So P0 outputs to green. Then this moves blue over here. Once we get blue, what we want to do is send that back out through X0. Or actually, no, there's no reason to do that. This is going to handle blue on its own. So it's just going to move that out to P0. That'll output the blue. And then it sends the duration over. To store in the accumulator. Let me just see if this works. So that skips over. And we're about to get stuff, so that moves through. Receive 50, that goes through. That lights up. That's going to send our duration in. Okay. But how do we get it to interrupt? Because I can store the accumulator in here. And I could do, like... I mean, I could do that. But then it'll just keep waiting. Like, now we have something in there. It subtracts 1. But that's just going to wait forever. Yeah. I wish the only way I can think to do this is for this to wait on, like, have this always send something through, and then we just check if we've received a packet if we have do this. But I mean, then if we're doing that, it's the exact same thing. I mean, we can try. Let's say move this to x3. Because that will always happen regardless. Then we'll store it here. And then we can do this. We can send 0 back through x1. So what order will this happen in? Hold on. Let me check that. It's 0. So before we do this, if that's 0, that means we're signaling to turn off blue, because that's the pin that this has to handle. So we do that, and then this moves in and does its stuff. Now I'll consume the first one. So that's going to send 0 over. It receives that. Move that out. Okay. That's correct. Now we have the duration stored. Subtract 1. It's not 0. So we grab this. No, it's blocked. Fucking Jesus. So this gets blocked here, because this is waiting on a response from that. If it's not that, we're just going to move negative whatever to x1 to signal to it to not do anything, basically. So subtract 1, do that, signal that just so it keeps moving along. And then we keep going. Now we do that. Well, we've received a thing, so we do that. Do blue, then green. We've stored a new duration. Subtract 1. It's not over, so we send that. We need to receive a new signal, we don't have anything. So that all goes the same. Subtract 1. Now it is 0, so we're going to turn that off, send a signal over here to turn that off. Now we're waiting. Okay. Is this good? Cool. I thought that was going to take a lot longer, honestly. I mean, it still did take like an hour. Or half an hour. Okay. Undocumented instruction. Oh, we have new instructions. I was not expecting that. Gen P RI, and it conveniently generates a pulse on any simple I/O pin. The signal switches on, then off for however many time units you want, using the last two operands. Gen P XY. Putting an AND symbol at the beginning of an instruction causes it to execute only once. Damn, that actually would have been helpful. I wonder if you could have actually found that anywhere. I don't think. I did not see it in the manual anywhere. I assume that's like the point to some extent. Oh god, okay. This is the other one that I haven't done yet. Okay, so we got a coin machine. And this, which was not specified. X and Y are simple inputs connected to an unknown device, presumably some type of position sensor. Power is a simple output connected to an unknown device, presumably some type of motor or high power switch. Map the XY, oh Jesus, mapping. Map the XY coordinate to the corresponding power value as specified in Poseidon 779's geometric specifications, which can be found in the manual, which I will go look at now. Okay. Oh my god. I should add this on screen, I feel like. Because this is like part of the game, basically. Can I put this somewhere that it'll look good? Like maybe make it a little transparent then. Without it just being like unintelligible. My OBS preview is really small. How does that actually look like? Ah, it's the wrong link. Yeah, you can't read that. If I put it like over here, trying to get a feel. Maybe then make it more opaque. I mean, still can't read it. There's not really a place I can put this on screen that won't get in the way of stuff, I feel like. I'm streaming at 720p as well, that doesn't help. Ah. Here, we'll just do that, and I'll just like flick it on and off as we need it. So this is what we're looking at here. I need to map the XY coordinates to the corresponding power value. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so the power needs to be. Oh, I'm not good at reading graphs like this. The power needs to be 30 if x is less than 20. Then y does not matter here. Between 20. I'm assuming that this is 100 on the other side. So x is less than 20. 40 is less than or equal to x is less than 80. Well, I can feel like smoke coming out of my brain. I didn't spend enough time with NumPy. I was not prepared for this. Might have to just do the other thing for now. I I don't know if this is something I can do right now. I feel like I want to try though, but I don't know how to try. We're doing. Okay, I'm gonna do something else. We'll get back to that later. Okay, coin machine. Yeah, there's a couple here I still haven't finished. This sensor one I couldn't figure out. Okay. So, in 1, in 5, and in 12 are simple inputs connected to a mechanism that accepts and detects one, I don't know what currency that is, 1, 5, and 12 tokens. Bell is a simple output connected to a solenoid. Oh, technology connections flashback. Bell is a simple output connected to a... Bell is a simple output connected to a solenoid that rings a small bell when triggered. Out 1 and out 5 are simple outputs connected to a mechanism that dispenses 1 and 5 tokens as change. After a sufficient number of coins have been inserted, the payment kiosk should ring the bell and dispense change as indicated in the verification tab. The cost of the item is set by the operator using a dial that can be read as an XBus input. Okay. I need a second pass at that. So these are all simple inputs. Output, output, output. All simple outputs. We're only dealing with simple. Okay, so after a sufficient number of coins have been inserted, stop yelling. Ah. 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 After a sufficient number of coins have been inserted, the payment kiosk should ring the bell and dispense change as indicated in the verification tab. What does that mean? Oh, we're just calculating change. And then okay. Okay, so let's... Maybe this is finally the time... No, because that's the next input. Nope. This thing continues to be useless. God damn it. Ugh. Here we go again. Let's do more of these. I mean, we can just start by doing the simple... Again, with the 3 inputs, there's gotta be... Hold on, I'm actually gonna look this up real quick. Is there any other way to get 3 simple inputs? I feel like I'm missing something. Like, this doesn't feel correct. This doesn't feel like an intention. This feels like I'm missing something. There's XBus IO multiplexer part. You can use that if you only care about the IO signal being 100 or 1. Which I do, but I still need to know which signal it is. Like, this would be perfect if this didn't take XBus inputs. Like, I can't... I mean, I can do that, but I don't think that's actually going to do anything. Yeah, it can't work in reverse like that. So, I could try to use this, but there's still X inputs, so I would need a microcontroller in the middle to convert them, and at that point, there's no point. Is there any other... Hold on, let me see here. We have 3 simple inputs. I mean, like, yeah, this doesn't do anything. Okay, useless part. These are just gates. I don't think there's really a way... don't think there's really a way to use these for anything useful in this case. Because it can tell us if, like, one of these were, you know, triggered. This has no way of telling me which one was. We'll just use another controller. I don't know how else they want me to do this. So just do that, and we do that, and then we do that. We'll just bridge these. So we can just move P1 to, or rather, yeah. Add P1, add P0, add X2. So that should at least just start counting them up. Or no, because that's going to be 100 if they're turned on. So we can do that. And then we just see if the accumulator is greater than this. I'm going to move the accumulator value out into here. We can further do something with it. Well, it's a simple output. So we're actually going to move that to x1. It's going to wait for x0. And then output it here. So this will just ring the bell. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 4 steps. So we're just going to do that. Sends it here. You do that. And this should activate. This should be the amount of change. So then all we need to do is we just get another controller. And then we can just have this connects to here, this connects into there. That goes straight across. And then this will handle everything from here, so we can just say, and it needs to be timed out as well. They should wait on X0. Do that to the accumulator, just like make sure that this works. Okay. So now this has that. So what we want to do is then like losing, kind of like map this all out of my brain. We check if it's more than 0. If it is, we need to keep looping and subtracting. We jump to check, which is going to be if it's more than 5, we need to subtract 5, then turn on that thing. Problem now being that we are out of space. Time to get another big one in here. So subtract 5, do that, and then jump end, which we're going to define as just this. Which should like skip it. Actually, instead of doing this, we can just do jump 0. And then we do all these checks for the change. But then the problem is now we don't have space for another label. Oh my god. Okay. What if we have yet another chip? Where this one is doing the actual output. This is just gonna take this in and process these. How about we just, instead of that, we move 5 out to this X input there. No, we still need to subtract it. Check if there's any change. If so, if not, skip this, which we'll put in there later. If there is change, then we need to check, is it more than 5? If so, we need to trigger this slot. But then the problem becomes that we still need to subtract it. So, oh my god. I have absolutely no idea. I'm, I mean, I could add a third chip. Or not third, fifth. Add a fifth microcontroller, but that doesn't feel right. Surely that is not the way to do this. No matter whether we relay this to something else or not. What if we do this? Get another big one. Maybe if we just have more space. We have to subtract. What if we... If it's not 0, or no matter what... Oh my god. If it's not 0, we need to move out to a next input, but these are all the opposite directions, so I can't get to any of them. How would you do this? I have no idea. I need to start this from scratch. This was the like LCD game thing. I got to the point where I could at least do this, which was nice. I definitely see why you know, I know why this isn't really used just like blocks. I honestly think it wouldn't be that hard to put together an LCD game like this. Um, I mean, I guess this technically counts, but it's not really like an objective. I don't personally count for myself yet. The difficulty with doing LCD games, I just don't have an idea for a game. That's the main thing, like, holding me back there. Win a game of solitaire. I tried that a while ago. I couldn't figure out how to do this. Because I can kind of play solitaire. Like, there's that. I don't know all of these symbols. So, like, I don't know where these are supposed to go. It's also 3 colors. It's tricolor solitaire, which is wild. I can't grab a stack. I mean, this is the thing too. As far as I know, I'm stuck. These buttons don't do anything. So I can't, like, draw. I have no idea how to... I have no idea how to go about doing that. Control panel? That's just settings. I don't think I have the power to figure that out right now. I'm gonna try and stream more of this later, maybe. Because it is fun. I'm having fun with this more, and I want to stream more. But I'll do that later. This is the end of the